So these are my top 5 cards. Usually I like to pick rares. Very, very in this set, I got to pick an uncommon and a common. Due to because I like mana rocks is one of the things that I like to add in commanders. Plus mana rocks that do something additional to just providing mana. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the first card. The first card is Balan Wandering Knight. Is a 2 drop. Is a 2 and 2 white legendary creature cat knight. She has first strike, and then she's a 3/3, and as well she says she has an ability that says that Balan Wandering Knight has double strike as long as 2 or more equipment cards are attached to it. And then she has a mana ability that says for 1 white and one colorless, attach all equipment you control to Balan. I love one of the commander decks that I did, like literally with whatever I had on a box or whatnot, was Light Pause. And Light Pause is really fun to play, and he can get a little bit crazy as well. Balan, I like it because it's like Light Pause, a little bit much more different because obviously you have to pay mana to attach everything. You still have to play the equipment, but letting it be that you can make this command, make her your commander, make a mono white commander, and all of your equipments and most of the artifact reducers are colorless, or well, they are colorless. It's really for me. I think there's a good build for her, so that's why I added her on the list, just to make another mono white artifacts equipment deck.
Just
The
saying,
other card.
equipping Helm of the Host for 2 mana sounds like a really good.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's a
And
good reference too.
what was this other card? A blade, but the black blade
Black
reforged. The
Forged.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, poof. There for 2 mana, attach everything. Oh god, and have all the swords, all of them. Like just have all the swords and go crazy. Um, Next card is Infernal Idol. It's a 3 mana artifact that provides the taps for black and has 1 and 2. You sacrifice Infernal Idol and you draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So it's the second effect is what brought me into the card, because I know that there's a lot of sorceries in black that do this same effect, or I think there's a couple of them that are instants. But I like the fact that you choose either to keep it or to do the effect to draw sacrifices and draw. And it's a very it's an artifact that you can, choose when to be able to pop off, because probably you're out of gas and you just tap 3 mana and go ahead, draw 2 cards and even though you lose 2 life, but you just lose a mana rock and you can probably gain back the game. So I just like it because it's a mana rock as well. It has a secondary effect, and it's in the good, I would say the good mana rock price cost range. It only gives you 1 mana, sadly, but having that secondary effect is interesting. This one though is really caught my eye because one is it's an uncommon, 2 it has flash, 3 it costs 4 mana, so it's not that expensive. If you're in an artifact deck, that can be less. And then its effect. So it says, as instrument of war enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Then it says creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. Not only that, if you run a tribal deck, this is an amazing card because it's another card that you can add on your 99 that buffs your creatures. You know, this can go basically, I wouldn't say everywhere, but it's a good card to substitute. Probably a card that is expensive that buffs your tribal deck. So that's why I chose it. Especially the fact that it has flash. It's like, Oh, at the end of your turn, I play this. I play Instruments of War. So, it's a very, very interesting card. Now, this one, this was the first card that was spoiled on Jumpstart. The Kibo Uktabi Prince is 2 and green, legendary creature, Monkey Noble. So it taps and says each creature a colorless artifact. Um, each player, my bad, creates a colorless artifact token named Banana. And then it has the banana has tap sacrifice this artifact at red or green, and you gain 2 life. But as well has 2 more effects that says whenever an artifact an opponent control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that's ape or monkey. Then it has whenever Kibo attacks defending player sacrifices an artifact. And it's a 2/2. I like the card more um more because it's fun and it's a well-round card that you can literally make everybody suffer, or not only suffer, but it's great to have more tribal cards out there because it makes commander more interesting. Because just imagine you on your playgroup and they're like, hey, I'm gonna be playing a monkey deck. We're used to get playing seeing decks that are squirrels or bears or dragons and whatnot.
Dragons, angels.
Exactly. So how about we have now one that are apes and monkeys? So love it. And then the next card that I have here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more, is Merit Lage Slumbers, one blue and one colorless, legendary snow enchantment. Whenever Merit Slumber or another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more snow permanents, sacrifice Merit. If you do, create Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. We've seen this before already. There's an actual land that's, I think it's called the Dark Depths, that basically does the same thing. But I think you have to cast cards, if I'm not mistaken.
You have to remove counters.
Remove counters, right?
Yeah.
So you have to remove counters. This one is the other way around. You have to reach a certain amount of permanence. And it's interesting because the thing is that a lot of people have mentioned that they want to do more snow permanent commanders. So having this opens doors for more fun commanders out there. And I liked it because as well, I do have a Yorn that it's been in the binder for a couple of years. So probably I might, just sit down and create a Yorn commander with snow
Interesting you
permanents.
chose Merit Lage's Slumber and not the actual, like, the Yeti.
I chose that one. So
No, exactly.
Oh man,
So-
that thing's sick.
yeah, it is
So
sick.
those are my top 5.
John, so I wanted to point out I sent a link on the private chats. You should
Yes.
click on it, so you should put it here because I have a little gripe with that monkey because it shows WOTC's lack of creativity, sir. Because that is a
Ooh.
Hearthstone card.
Keep
That is
your
a literal
mouth
Hearthstone
shut.
card.
What?
He gives 2 bananas. Scroll down. Look at what the banana does. So the banana
Oh,
is a card that you give to the opponent, and look what it does. So if you scroll down a little bit further, keep scrolling down. They're going to show you the version
Give
that
a
is. There you
minion?
go. +1/+1. What does that monkey do? When you crack that little banana, you give a +1/+1 to a creature. So
wow.
they basically took the same kind of concept from a very old school, because this is like old school, like beta Hearthstone. It's like an old freaking card. And it's even 3-costed too. So it's like they thought of like they copied this card hard.
Is it a nod or is it a copy?
It's a copy, sir. They're creatively bankrupt. and this proves it. They desperately want to be Hearthstone. So
Spicy takes.
yeah,
Let's
they
go.
definitely just want
Spicy
to be
takes.
Hearthstone.
Oh God.
Spicy takes with Orengo.
That being said, it's a cool card. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah, like that. Just sitting down, and there's a lot of cards that I actually did like from this Jumpstart set. One of the one that caught my eye was Balan, because having so many commanders that you can do monocolored and just do so many different routes, especially with her, that you can just do full artifacts, and she being the only creature in the deck, or yeah, the only creature that you're gonna cast. But obviously you're not, because you need obviously the artifact cost reducers, because there are a lot of like artifacts that are very, very expensive. And thinking about it, you guys know that there is this one cost artifact that gives 10/10 for 2 mana. She can be a 13/13 double strike.
Just put it on there. You could put us
Exactly.
like a Strom deck, and then just put like everything be Cheerios costed, so 0 costed or 1 mana, and then just be casting draw, cast draw, cast draw, and just stick everything in there, and have an artifact or enchantment that boosts by the amount of equipment you have, and just
Yeah,
slaps them in the
that's
face.
all that's glitter.
Exactly.
All that's glitter.